We caught my cousin's wife cheating, but he still wants her. Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you won't miss another cheating story goes live. I am going to use different names for this post. TLDR, the lady married to my cousin has cheated twice that we know of, but my cousin still wants to keep her, saying that she is sorry and won't do it again. Should we believe her? I have a cousin named John and he had an arranged marriage around 11 years ago to someone named Sarah. She was raised in Pakistan and she came to the UK to marry John. I can start this by saying that John isn't very bright, he did not do well in school and has since only worked for my dad's business as a delivery driver. He isn't very good in that department either, but he can't really do anything else. To start, Sarah and John had a baby less than 8 months after marriage. They still lived with their parents at the time, but he was only 23 and I think she was 21 maybe. Sarah was pretty useless, and not long after coming to the UK she complained about John and not really having money. Regardless, we still welcomed them to our family. They were present at multiple family events like birthdays and weddings. However, in 2017 my uncle's family became quiet for a while. We don't know why, we didn't think much of it. It was only a couple months later in 2018 did one of the younger brothers of John come to my parents and explain that Sarah had cheated and there were pictures of her kissing another man. This really shocked my parents. In our family this kind of stuff rarely happens, so we were not sure what to do. We had tried to confront her about it, although she lied. She said it was photoshopped, when it clearly was not, and then explained that it was a way to get John's attention again because they had marriage problems. This was all going on after she had her second kid. After this we kind of just accepted that it was a mistake and swept it under the rug and moved on after a couple months. They eventually moved out, mostly because my uncle wanted them out at that point. Though we never really looked at Sarah the same again. Some time goes by and it's early 2021. Sarah's dad is sick from Pakistan. She wants to see him for the last time before passing away, but she doesn't have any money, so she borrowed some from John's brothers and my granddad. She went for a while, and because of the COVID restrictions they were there longer as they had to isolate for 10 days during the layover between Turkey and Pakistan. Not too long after she came back he passed away and we prayed for her and helped with the funeral costs. Now it's summer of 2021, some police officers come to my dad's business asking for John. They take him in and arrest him. We found out later it was for domestic abuse and a restraining order was placed on him. We found this odd given that we know John's character and we believe he isn't capable of this. However, around the same time, some of John's brothers are contacted by a woman who has images of Sarah with her husband in Turkey. So, Sarah, after visiting her dad for the last time, went on holiday with someone else's husband in Turkey during the layover, not to mention her 3-year-old was with her at the time. This is what made John mad, and he did in fact beat her. I don't stand for domestic abuse. I think John got what he deserved, but this is a new low for Sarah. Currently no one has confronted her about her second time cheating. She thinks the reason she isn't around much is because she called the police on John. And her justification is that John is mentally ill and we should fix him for her. It's not like she has done anything for the family in 11 years. She has not had a job and is terrible at housework and cleaning or raising children. It is usually my aunt and other cousins that do that work. The only thing she has managed to do is poop out 2 kids, and despite all this John still loves her. After his restraining order was gone he has gone back to live with her and just pretend everything is normal again. The tipping point was last week when it was the 8th anniversary of my grandma passing. In our culture and religion we as a family try to read 30 chapters of the Quran before that date. There were 3 chapters left and John wrote in the family group chat that Sarah will read the final 3. At this point we gave up. My family and a lot of my extended family have pretty clearly stated that we want nothing to do with John and Sarah, but my uncle and aunt really want to forgive them again. Just makes me think, is this situation going to get worse? I really thought she learned her lesson the first time, but she does it again. I don't understand why my uncle and aunt are willing to forgive them, should they? And do you think she will cheat again? We have shown a lot of proof that she is cheating, but John doesn't seem to do anything about it and just says it's his problem to sort out, which I understand, I guess. But we don't want someone like her around our family. I only really care about their kids, my younger siblings, and extended family members who grew up with them, seeing them almost every week. They are really upset that they can't see them anymore because the parents are idiots, plus it is not fair on their development as children. Here are some of the best comments from our community. You said yourself, your cousin isn't too bright. She will cheat again because as far as she's concerned and all the evidence supports the fact her husband is dumb as fuck. She will get caught again because she's also dumb as fuck, and at this point she's making zero effort to hide it. I mean, I'd assume a 3-year-old can speak and she took it on holiday so she could have some random bloke's ball slapping her on the chin. That's so brazen, I'm not sure it's even classed as cheating. Let her know everybody knows of her affair in Turkey with a married man, as his wife provided the truth. Tell her the family looked past it the first time, but will not this time, and believe she will again and want nothing to do with her. You should also tell John, her husband, that the kids and he are welcomed, but never her, and why. Here is the second story. My first girlfriend slept with everyone else but me. I met this girl when I was 17, she was 18 and a year above me in school. I basically fell for her instantly. She was way out of my league, so naturally I was friend-zoned pretty fast. 6 months go by and I have not lost any feelings, I probably actually had more by then. Anyway, the girl started dating this older dude and he was such a dick that I couldn't handle it anymore. I decided to cut her off and start trying to move on with my life. She decided that wasn't going to happen and started blowing my phone up and parking outside my house. Finally, I decided to talk to her and tell her how I feel. We ended up kissing and it was magical for both of us. She would always tell me about butterflies in her stomach. We dated for a solid few months and they were truly the best times of my life. I didn't have much sexual experience, but she definitely changed that. But it was much more than that. Looking into her eyes was like I was looking at my future. I truly loved her more than anything. We were waiting to have sex because both of us knew this was special and wanted to wait for the perfect time. After a month or 2 of dating, she started getting super anxious every time we did stuff sexually. Everything would be going good and then she'd just start crying. This was happening so much that we just stopped doing stuff. After another month or so, I can tell she's different, but she's still saying she loves me and nothing has changed, so I didn't think about it too much. There started to be lots of signs that I was too young or stupid to see. This guy was shooting up her best friends list on Snapchat, and when I asked her about it, she just said they had a school project. The same guy I noticed really looked like him in a sketch she drew in her notebook. She just said it wasn't him. After another couple weeks of her staying with me out of pity, I was informed by one of her friends she's been fucking multiple different dudes. I ended up telling her mom and everyone she knew to ruin her life, but I was still in love with her. She convinced me to stay with her, but it only lasted a few more weeks until she cut me off. Here are some of the best comments from our community. Number 1, stop thinking about her and block her number and social media. Number 2, don't go back to her. The most beta/submissive thing you could do is go back to a woman that cheated on you. Number 3, get back on your grind. Don't go to sleep thinking about a female. Instead, go to sleep thinking about how to get more money. And the final thing is go out and experience finding a new girl who's better, and maybe work on a rotation of girls to have. I'm only 16 years old, but I have grown up around grown men, not little kids, so I'ma give you some grown man advice. Cut her off. Cold-blooded nothingness is all she should ever get from you. Now when older dude dumps her, she will try to come back to you. You never take her back nor give her any attention ever again. No anger, no drama, nothing. You live, you learn. Take the time to heal and assess the post-mortem of your relationship. It's not the end of the world, you will find someone that suits you better. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for any future cheating stories.